Hello guys. I just want to teach you something that I learned computer virus. Um what is a computer virus? I basically understand most of you would have known what's a virus, and I won't have to waste my time on this. Well, but the definition would just be is a program, a code that you write that try insert itself into an existing program or data structure. Uh, that's a virus, and whatever it does from there is, could be malicious or any or harmful to a computer. So how does computer virus work? Um, we have you have a process that is running. Like for example, an OS creates a process, it by loading the program into a memory, binary program into a memory, and it has the control to do this, to essentially know what part of the programming needs to go to. Um, the initialization process control to some, like different segment of the program. And what a virus essentially does is to try to run itself, insert itself in the program, in the process, by disrupting the process. One of the things uh, a virus could do is to run itself first, then at the end, eh, then before the program starts to run. There are processes where a virus could be doing these processes. This is essentially what we want to discuss in this lecture: how you could someone be able to write the code and wonder what is a virus, how does it even work, how do you write the code, and the first thing normally a virus does is to search the routine, you know, find new files to insert, processes like it's just going to search for what a program that is currently trying to execute. For example, .d, .esc or .com, um, which has the pro which where the program has a write access, and this write access can be used for different processes. When you have an access to a file, you could modify the file, you could change the file, but a program with the search processing routine, what does it normally do is to find out, what part of the disk it needs to write to, or what form or what process has to modify. But normally, you won't want to write to a disk because it might notify the victim of something going on in the system. And usually, cautions are normally taken in terms of when you don't have privileges to execute in a certain location of program. But you could modify the program. But once the privileges are known, they could be inserted in the system. Another thing is copying, um, that the virus does is to copy um, one file to another. Uh, Normally, the virus needs to insert itself into the program without disrupting the original program. Um, that's normally what it needs to do before the program is started. Um, so another process is the payload, which is a logic at which by which the virus feature run. So a payload is just a piece of code that needs to be executed. And a profile is help set the routine to determine if the file has been already been infected, because it won't make any sense for you to have a program that keeps re-infecting the file, otherwise it will grow. So it does detect to say, okay, if certain file has already been infected, that file doesn't have to be infected anymore. Okay, that's it. We talked about these processes, and the question is: the computer security part of a malware code responsible for performing malicious action is referred to as